An open letter to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein from the New York Times editorial board. Here's the quote. Americans can have little faith that the Justice Department or an FBI run by Mr. Trump's hand-picked replacement will get to the bottom of whether and how Russia helped steal the presidency for Mr. Trump. Accent on the last few lines. Steal the presidency. Look who's here. Patrick Buchanan, author of Nixon's White House Wars. That is a new book. Pat Buchanan, welcome to the show.
Good to talk to you, Stuart.
Where you been? It's been years.
I've been down in D.C. I don't get up to the big city very often.
Well, you should come more often. Your response, please, to the firing of Comey.
Well, I think the president did what he felt he wanted to do and decided to do. I think he's got every right to do it. And I don't think the optics were all that good. But I think, look, it is not the Saturday Night Massacre. It's not the firing of Douglas MacArthur by Harry Truman. It's James Comey. And I think if he gets a good replacement in there, he's all set.
You've just written the book. They are comparing this to what President Nixon did.
I've got a chapter in my book on the Saturday Night Massacre. I was right in the Oval Office when Nixon decided to fire Elliot Richardson. No, look, that was a major event in the middle of a deep political crisis in the country. This is nothing comparable to it. People like the New York Times are using the word Nixonian because they've got the old sense, the bit in their teeth again, the old feeling again, that they can take down another president.
You don't think it's going to come to that? I mean, they are hinting that maybe this is another one. There's no chance of this?
Look, the establishment, the media, the deep state, and the whole D.C. octopus, if you will, has targeted Trump the way it targeted Nixon and succeeded, targeted Reagan, didn't bring him down in Iran-Contra, but it now feels it's after Donald Trump again. And what they want to do is cancel the returns from last November and basically overturn the election by a man whom they could not defeat at the polls. That's my judgment.
Why are they so contemptuous of Trump?
Well, I can understand Trump has not been a lovable person as far as they're concerned. You know, he calls the media an enemy of the people. But I think he's an outsider. He's not from the political class at all. His views and ideas, populist as they are, the kind of campaign he ran, everything about him, he's ultra. He's not one of them. He's not one of us. In the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Barack Obama walks in there and he's home. This is my base, he said. and Trump took a pass for the first time since the Dipper was shot and said he couldn't make it.
Where do you stand? Are you a Trump guy? Would you call yourself that?
Listen, the Trump issues on trade, I'm not a free trader. I'm an economic nationalist. I'm also a believer in controlling the borders and staying out of foreign wars. My slogan back in '92 was America First. And so when I saw Trump come in with these, I was elated because I think these issues put together with the Reaganite conservatives, that combination is the only majority in the country which would advance ideas I believe in. I think Trump was, let me say in a word, he's very courageous. The guy was just pounded, worse even than Nixon, worse than Reagan, worse than anyone, and he kept coming back day after day after day. Whatever you say about him, he's got grit.
What's the name of the book again, your book?
Nixon's White House Wars, the battles that made and broke a president and divided America forever. Stuart, you'll see the issues we're talking about, judges, media wars, all those, they began back in those years. You
know, you're a very popular guy on this program. I suspect we might just move you up a couple of notches on the Amazon list.
Get me back? Well,
that's okay.
That's what we need to do.
There you go.
Right.
Pat Buchanan, it's a real pleasure, sir.
Pleasure,
Welcome
my
back.
friend.
Good to see you.